Hey guys, this is just a video one last time on making sure you're accessing the course okay. So I've received a few emails just of people that are confused. Okay, so here's our course. We called this area the Nav Bar with all these icons: course, home, content, Dropbox, class tools, discussions. That's called our navigation bar, Nav Bar for short. Can access most things through the Nav Bar, but the majority of the time you're going to go to the content of the course. Don't click on like this one and pick quizzes and just do every quiz you see. Don't do that. Go through the content, it'll all be there. To find where I would email you, you click on this email icon. Even if you're in a different board, this will take you to the HWDSB email, which you want. Virtual classroom, I'm going to start that next week. Checklist, if you like to do a checklist, you can click on that to help you figure out, number sense and algebra. I will check out the checklist. And you can see, oh, this was due last week. And in the checklist, you have to manually check things off yourself. It doesn't check it off for you, so you can check whatever you've done. Okay, but most of the time, you will be clicking on the content. So just to reiterate this, every day when I log in, I check the activity feed for the latest posts. Usually don't post more than one time a day, so you should be good checking once a day. And you read what it says, so I don't have to, it'd be nice if you did read what it says, because sometimes I find I get emails about that, and I've already answered that question, so please try to read my posts. Next step, go to the content. Once you click on the content, this left side here is your navigation area. So, oh, you're done the orientation? I hope so. If you're still having trouble with the orientation, don't get mad at the orientation. It's just because you haven't completed everything in it. It won't let you pass it until you're done everything in the orientation. It seems like my internet's really slow. So once you're done the orientation, literally you need to go through every single thing. So if you're new to elearning, you'll see like, oh, only that page is there. Until you read through this whole thing. Oh, blah, 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 read all this, watch the videos, read. And sometimes there'll be something for you to do in this section. And you can see if there is. Okay, so once you're done the orientation, at this point, skip the prep module if you haven't started Unit 1 yet, because you need to be starting Unit 1. So here's Unit 1. And Unit 1 is made up of 2 expectations. A1 is exponent stuff. So what you need to do is just click through. So here's our first thing we have to learn: evaluating expressions with exponents. So we want to go through, read the examples, practice questions, read, watch a video lesson, and then you're done. Move on to the next content: substituting into algebraic expressions. Read, a bunch of examples. Practice with Algebra Tiles, a video, and a worksheet that you can practice with. Next thing, oh, a practice test. So you click on the link and it opens up a new window with a practice test. You find your name in the list, hopefully it's there, and you do a practice test. If your name's not there, you could be student A, B, or C. Looks like someone might have already been student A. And you try the practice test. Okay, and you just keep going. There's some videos, there's a quiz that you have to do. And then once you're done that, you move on to A2, which is where we're at if you're on track in the course. Collecting like terms you do, collecting like terms with Algebra Tiles. Somebody let me know that I let red ones be negative in the video and then they're positive on this worksheet. I am so sorry. I just actually found this worksheet somewhere. It doesn't really matter as long as you like figure out which one's which, if they're positive or negatives. I always like red for negative because it feels like red seems to always represent a negative number, but it doesn't actually matter as long as you just define which one's which. I'm sorry if it's confusing there. Okay, so you just work your way through. Like just keep clicking on, just go very linearly through the content and try the practice stuff that it says. And then when you're done every single thing in here, you'll have 2 things to submit to me. The algebra and exponent problems, you are linked to a discussion board, which you can access, and you can talk to people in the course about these questions. And then you're going to hand in these problems to me. And I have links to the discussion board and the Dropbox where you do that. So you need to hand in the algebra and exponent problems. And then you also need to complete the Unit 1 algebra test, and then you will be done all of algebra. And if you're having any trouble with any of the content in algebra, please feel free to email me and say, I'm not really understanding this. And I can make you another video, or we can do a virtual classroom experience on it. Yeah. So we're aiming to have Unit 1 algebra done by March the 8th. And then we'll be starting up Unit 2 linear relations, probably that last week before March break. So yeah, if you have any questions with navigating the course, feel free to send me an email. I hope it makes some kind of sense. Okay, thanks for watching.